Did you know that you can eat more than just the bulb part of a garlic plant? I'm Marcia McDonald from Pacific Northwest Suburban Homesteading. Today, Shauna Zimmerman, Remote Homestead Accomplice, will explore the tasty world of garlic scapes, also known as green garlic or garlic flowers.
It's a really good thing I love garlic. Here at the Remote Homestead, garlic isn't just a yearly garden crop. It's more of an invasive plant at this point. The former owners put in garlic and it has just never gone away. It's a very hardy plant. And if you walk around the property, you might find it peeking out of the rock retaining wall or surrounding the pile of lumber for those projects that I swear I'm going to get to this summer. Here it is incognito in the iris beds. Or sometimes it just grows where it's not supposed to grow and dares me to do something about it. Well, obviously every year I do something about it. I make garlic powder. I did that in a previous video on this channel on dehydrating foods. The link is in the description. What a lot of people don't know is that more parts of the plant are edible than just the bulb. Also, there's more than one type of garlic out there. Generally, garlic falls into two categories, soft neck or hard neck, and then there's one little outlier that we'll talk about in a minute. Soft neck is what most people are familiar with if you buy garlic in the grocery store. It's got a small, compact bulb with lots of little cloves. It has an amazing shelf life, lasts in storage at least a year. It grows better in milder, warmer climates. The trade-off is that it maybe doesn't have quite as strong of a garlic flavor as the other type, which is hardneck. Hardnecks grow in much harsher climates. They do have larger bulbs but have fewer cloves per bulb, much stronger garlic flavor, and unlike softnecks, hardnecks put out flowers, otherwise known as scapes. And then of course, there's the third type of garlic, which isn't even garlic, but everybody thinks it is. We call it elephant garlic. It is more closely related to onions and leeks than it is a true garlic, but as far as culinary purposes and for eating, treat it just like garlic. When your hardneck garlic is about to flower, putting out this thing called a scape, you actually don't want this. This is the plant diverting energy away from growing that bulb into making a flower. So we're going to cut this off, but we're going to cut it off in a way that's going to be useful to us. Take a look at your plant. Here's the flower and the stem. You can take this whole part from the flower all the way down to right above the first leaf. Cut it off there, and we're going to use all of this. Now there's many ways that you can use this. The stems, if you slice them up fine, are wonderful in stir fry or on salads. The bulbs can also be sprinkled as a garnish on salads or potatoes. Personally, what I like to do is take the flower bulb before it's opened and put it in a pot of water with some chicken bones and some vegetable peelings and scraps and simmer it together and make a really wonderful chicken stock or soup base. What I'm going to do with the stem is dehydrate it and make a powder of it, just like I do with a garlic bulb, but this is going to be green garlic powder. It has the garlicky taste, but it's a little fresher and grassier. First of all, we're going to chop off all the flower buds. And when I've got these flower buds chopped off, I'm just going to pop them right back here in my stew pot. and have some lovely stock out of that. Now that I've got the stems all neatly trimmed, and I did wash them, I'm just going to chop them up into about 1-inch pieces. Basically, I'm cutting them so that they're small enough to dry quickly, but not so small that they fall through the mesh of my dehydrator. You can dry these in a low temperature oven for several hours, possibly overnight. You can harness the power of the sun to dry them. I like harnessing the power of modern conveniences with my beloved dehydrator. I'm just going to arrange these on each tray so that they're not touching. And now that the dehydrator is loaded, I'm just going to put on the lid, plug it in, and let it do its thing overnight. Tomorrow morning, it is going to smell so good in here. So the Scapes have had a little more than a full day to dry in the dehydrator, so let's see what we've got. Nice and crispy. This is what we want. So I'm just going to put them in my little grinder. I have a miniature blender with a grinder blade. You can use coffee grinders or something similar, but I would definitely recommend that it's a dedicated just to grinding spices, because if you ground your garlic scapes and then ground some coffee, you might have an interesting brew next time you have brunch with your friends. I don't know how it happens, but there's always some that fall through, so check the bottom of your dehydrator. But somebody please tell me how something this big can fall through a grate that small. And now we just grind them. Just like the dehydrated garlic, just gonna grind it and shake it a little bit until it's a nice fine powder. It's that simple. I'm just gonna run it through a mesh strainer just to make sure I don't have any large pieces that got in there. And this is gonna be perfect on a slice of garlic toast. Cheers. probably run those through the grinder one more time just to make sure that I've got everything I possibly can. This is home churned butter. Did a video on that too. Check it out. Green garlic powder. It's garlicky, but a little more mild. And it has this fresh kind of grassy green undertone to it. It is really nice. So if you grow garlic, don't let those stems, aka those scapes, go to waste.
A special thanks to Shauna for teaching us about scapes. I once encountered them in a restaurant and I had no idea what they were. I'm not convinced that the kitchen staff knew either, since they were inedible. Now, I not only know what they are, but how to use them as well. I think I might have some abandoned garlic lurking in the bushes near my front garden. I'll have to keep an eye out to see if I can make some green garlic powder and stock of my own. It's always wonderful to learn about how to avoid waste and learn about new culinary treats. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, be curious, keep an open mind, and never stop learning.